Hi guys, welcome to week 12. If you are still here and doing all these weeks, plugging away, congratulations. I'm going to congratulate myself because I have to say that there has been a time in my life where I would have just done 1 through 4 weeks and I would have been like, oh, I don't want to do those videos anymore. I'm improving too, so I appreciate you providing me this avenue in order to work on my persistence in finishing something that I am starting. I think it's important for all of us, right? I'm not here for the likes, folks. I'm just saying, but I am here to help and to reach out to whomever it is that wants to spend the time in getting through this book together. With that said, we are doing 52 weeks to better mental health. And I'm going to look at her name again just so I don't mess it up. Tina B. Tessina, PhD, LMFT. She is a licensed professional. I am not a licensed professional. I have a bachelor's in psychology and social behavior with an education theory minor. So here we are. All right, so we're going to do week 12, stress and self-soothing. What would your parents say or do to comfort you when you were sick or hurt as a child? Or anyone in your family for that matter, or any friend that you may have had that was there for you. What would they have said to you when you were sick or hurt? You can go ahead and pause the video and write that down. We'll come back to it. Next question, how did that make you feel? Was there anything you wanted to be told or have done for you that you didn't get? Now, I do have to say, if that was the case going forward, can you please communicate those things to whomever it is that is helping to take care of you or supporting you? Whether you're hurt or not hurt, or hurt or not hurt. Communication is key. People are not mind readers. And if you don't explain yourself, or if you don't share how you feel, they won't know. And you can't fault them for not knowing because, you know, you never said anything. Right? Wouldn't you hope for the same to be for yourself? I don't know. I always felt bad if I wasn't like living up to par for somebody and what they wanted. And I always got sad because it's like, well, how come you never told me? I didn't know. And it's like when I say I didn't know, like seriously, I didn't know. And me being who I am, I would have loved to have known. Because usually when other people have a request of you, it's not really that big of a deal. It's not like they're asking you to go run in front of a car. Please know that if anyone ever asks you to go run in front of a car, don't do it. Right? Ultimately, your choices should be supportive of you and what makes your heart good. Right? Don't discount yourself just to make someone else happy because you are the most important person in the world. If you don't have you, you can't do anything for anyone else. Right? They'll just use you till you're gone and then they'll just toss you out. So self-preservation, always look after you because ultimately we're the only ones that can do that for ourselves. Okay? Okay, so on that note, communicate your needs to people. If someone was doing something and they weren't doing it correctly, be respectful and say, hey, I really appreciate when you do this, but would you mind if? Or it's like, I mean, granted, if someone's giving you a massage and they're just doing it too hard, are you going to just say, no, don't do that, just stop? Or are you going to just say, hey, maybe not so hard, right? That's important. Why to know how we feel respected and honored and stuff is important. It's important for us to check in with ourselves on that. Because if we don't know, then we can't explain it. And it's important for us to be able to explain it. That way we can create the life that we enjoy being in, right? Okay, so learning from those examples, list 5 ways you can comfort yourself. So however it is that these people that in your past had ever done anything or supported you or, you know, helped you or whatnot when you were a child and things that made you feel good, whether it would, you know, maybe someone brought you a gift basket when you weren't feeling well, or maybe they, I don't know, gave you crayons or a washcloth for your head or, you know, ice chips or something. Write those things down and what's good for you. Made a bath for you. And then we've got the quote by Ann Landers, expect trouble as an inevitable part of life and repeat to yourself the most comforting words of all, this too shall pass. Holy cow, has that got me through a lot of stuff. I always say it's just a moment. It's just a moment in time, and this moment is just going to be gone and fleeting, just like the last moment. Right? Everything passes. Every moment passes. So if you're going through something, just remind yourself, this isn't forever. It's just a moment in time, okay? How can you create a habit of comforting yourself when you need it? Well, how? It takes practice. It definitely takes practice. I'd say maybe make a list. You have your list here, right? Get your list out. And anytime that you're feeling hurt or you're feeling sick or if you're feeling sad, get your list out and say, hey, these are the things that comforted me when I was little. These are the things that comfort me, you know, still as an adult. These are the things that I want to do when I'm not feeling my best. And you can implement those things. Maybe you want to just sit and watch TV for a couple hours. That's all right. People binge watch on their little series all the time, but you don't want to sit there for a week and do that. That's not going to be constructive. So maybe one of your things to make yourself feel better is like, okay, I'm going to check one thing off my to-do list. Just one thing. Most times if you just, they say this with exercise too, but most times if you just do one thing off your to-do list, you're going to want to do another one. I feel like I was saying that storybook. That, what is it, the mouse that wanted a cookie or something like that? The mouse who wanted a muffin? The same thing is with exercising. They say that you can't make a decision not to go to the gym until you've made it to the parking lot. And then that's where you can decide if you don't want to go to the gym or not. At least drive to the gym. And then make your choice. And then I know from experience, and you may know from experience too, once you get in the mode? Once you get in the flow of doing your workout, oh my goodness, you just want to keep going, right? I used to spend 3 hours every day at the gym when I was in my 20s. 3 hours. It's a little excessive. I mean, but it was just me. I was a single girl, so it's like, I didn't have very many hobbies back then, so it's like, okay, the gym was my hobby, and I loved doing it. It was great. It was great. Anywho, believe in yourself, have faith in your abilities. Without a humble but reasonable confidence in your own powers, you cannot be successful or happy. Norman Vincent Peale. I will have to disagree with that. You can be happy when other people are reminding you of these things, right? And when you are trying to remember for yourself that you are all of these great things. Right? So maybe you want to write Post-its and put them on the mirror and have, I guess they call them affirmations, right? Affirmation. Maybe you can do affirmations and just post them different places just to remind yourself, and then you can get to that point. But you can be happy when you choose to be happy. I guess they say that depression can be a chemical imbalance, and I'm not going to argue with that fact because I know in some cases it is a chemical imbalance that is causing that. But I also know that we can rewire our brains to think in the way that we want to think, and I don't know if that maybe disrupts the chemical imbalance. And now we've got a different chemical imbalance, right? Something just switches. I know for me, I don't know if I previously had mentioned, but I witnessed my mom being sad most of her adult life. And I was in those footsteps. Watching her be sad, I would be sad. I would wallow in my sorrows. Oh, why me, why me? And it was, I mean, I'm not trying to discount my pain because it was deep. Like, literally, I cried just deep. It was very painful. But I'm talking about the things that are kind of like surface. Like, it's not exactly the way I want things to be, and I'm kind of bummed because here I am. I don't know if I've ever mentioned, but I don't have a home to live in. I'm staying in a hotel. I've been in hotels now for 2 years because I don't make enough income to qualify myself for an apartment. People are supposed to make about $9,000, $10,000 to get a 2-bedroom apartment, and I don't make that. So how am I supposed to qualify for one? That's something to be sad about, right? But even though my situation is that, I'm going to look at the positives of things, and I'm going to say at least I have a roof over my head. And I'm going to choose to be happy because I'm going to do and be happy for all the days that my mom couldn't be. Because she passed like 3 years ago. And I'm not real certain how many happy days that she had. I don't know if her happy days outweighed her sad days. I don't know. I wasn't there for all of her life. But I don't want to be living in a place of sorrow. I don't want to have my existence being that of being sad. I don't want my kids to remember me as my mom was always sad. I want them to remember me happy, doing the best I can, and being happy through it, and still dealing with the things that needed to be dealt with. Enjoy, right? Anywho, I want to say thanks for being here and allowing me to be here with you and doing this. We do want to look at our week 11 and 12 reflections. What surprised you the most about the last 2 weeks? Did you learn something new? And can you put your new awareness into action? By all means, please share it down in the comments so that way we can all do a book club about it and support one another, because that's why we're here. Support one another. That's what we're here on the planet for. To be of support of one another. Pull each other up when we need pulling up, because sometimes it's going to be your turn and you're going to need that pull up too. It's just the way it works. It's the way it was designed to be. Anywho, take care and make it a great day. I'll see you on the next video.